What is your will, my master?
Hey, what's up, Craig? This is a quick demo video for you for both of your sabers. The first one is an 89 Sabers Graflex, and then the second one is an ANiflex V2 by 7 chambers. So we'll go over the ANiflex first since I got it in my hand. They're both installed as TFXs that you provided. They've got CC Sabers in there for your main PCB. 2-button setup on this guy, so your top switch is your activation right here. And then your bottom switch right here is your auxiliary. So how you get to everything is you just want to unscrew this pommel. I haven't printed it out yet, but I'm going to include a little tool to help you tighten this and loosen it up, so it won't be as difficult as the time I'm having right now doing it with my fingers. You just want to take this piece off just like that. You'll see your speaker sticking out right there. You can go just like that, and this chassis comes right out in your hand. And then here's your chassis. It says Solar Sabers over here for me. 7 chambers ANiflex over here in Arabish. You've got a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, which is in both of these sabers. And then you've got a removable battery setup. And then your CFX boards right here. There is a place for a piece of art tape, just in case in the future if this board gets a little loose and you need to put a piece of tape around there to hold it. It's there for you, and it won't interfere with the chassis sliding in and out of the Saber. But for right now, it's definitely not needed. This is an extremely tight press fit down into the chassis, but you can get your SD card in and out of there without ever moving the board. So that's how that was designed. We'll throw a battery in it real quick. I just have the stock font package on this one because I know you're going to do your own thing when you get it. So this is basically just a video to show you that this works. You can put it in here any way you want. So just go ahead and slide it in here. Just like that. I will mention real quick. Let me take it back out. When you put your battery in, there is a piece of metal going from one end of the battery to the other. You'll see that underneath your shrink tube. I just moved that off to the side. I don't have it sticking straight up. And then the chassis goes in and out easier that way, right? Because this pocket was designed specifically for the diameter of the chassis. So I moved that piece of metal just over off to either side. And then they'll slide right in just like that, right? And then we want to put our pommel back on. I'm going to use a pair of tweezers. It's going to be safer for you to use the tool that I'm going to send you, because you do want this pommel tightened all the way. But we'll come over here and hit activation. Now this stock font package doesn't have a smooth swing on this particular font. But we'll move to one that does, but here's the auxiliary. Hold it down for blade lockup. We'll turn it off and hold down aux to go to another sound font.
Sound bank selection.
Nightfall.
Exit menu. Syst SD audio.
This is General Kenobi.
Youngling. Greg me.
Nebula.
I believe it's the Obi-Wan that's got the smooth swing.
Youngling.
This is General Kenobi.
And we'll just hold down a button.
Goodness, you're not one to trifle with, are you? Lovely. More smiling faces.
So that one's got smooth swing. If we didn't like the color, the way I've got it set up now is I just hold aux and twist my wrist.
Spectrum.
And I can just twist the saber, you know, to go to any color I want. If we want like that green, just hit the power.
You're wasting your time.
Now we got a green.
I have a bad feeling about this. Let the
Just
negotiations
like that.
begin.
We'll put a blade in real
This
quick.
is the last time Cody takes a day off.
This takes a 7/8 inch blade. And I did have to cut down your blade retention screw just a tiny bit. If you find that you want to cut that more, you can. I tried to get it as close as I could, where I still felt comfortable doing it. And we'll put in a blade, 7/8 inch blade. Lock it down. Wake the board back up.
Hello there. You can't win. Let negotiations begin.
Now you can see that a little bit better with the color change, where the since I have a blade in it.
Spectrum.
So if we'll go back to that blue.
There's never time to limber up. Our guests have arrived. Let negotiations begin.
The saber's super loud. This is just a test blade, so you won't see every blaster deflect, but you will see the blade lock up.
Very confident, aren't you? You're wasting your time.
Just like that. And we'll take the battery and blade out of this one, and we'll move on to the Graflex. To get the battery out, obviously we've got to get the chassis back out, so you'll use that tool that I'm going to give you and just unscrew this pommel. Don't drop it. So, and then the chassis will come right out in your hand just like that. And then you could take this battery from the positive side by your speaker. You should be able to pop it out with your finger just like that. I'll put this back together after I'm done with this, but we'll move on to the Graflex. So here's your Graflex. Also a 2-button setup. So the main switch up here is your activation, and then your bottom switch, or your side switch here, is your auxiliary. You were missing the switch PCB that usually comes with this set, but that's no big deal. I have plenty of switches. I have one that worked, so that's what we've got in here for your main activation. CC Sabers in there too. And then your glass eye is serving as your blade retention on this guy. In the event that you ever want to put a real glass eye in, I made sure that that PCB sat down far enough to where you will get shine through if you put that there. Okay, but for right now, we're just using that as a blade retention because that's how it came. So we'll flip up this, take this handle off, and here's your chassis on this guy too. Right. Just some greeblies or some aesthetics I like to put there. You've got a removable battery set up here. So that's your spring side in there. There's your CFX board. Easy access to your SD card. And you don't ever have to move the board. But this board too is a tight snap fit down into the shelf right there. And then it says Solo Sabers for me. And then here's your 28mm SO speaker. So we'll throw a battery in this guy too. Put the handle on, lock her down. Now we can not as good sound venting as the ANiflex, but you probably already know that. The sound venting comes from the pommel area and it's coming through these two rivets. So you can hear it fine in person. It's just not, it's a lot different from the ANiflex that I just fired up. But here's your auxiliary. We hold it down for blade lockup. Turn this off. We'll throw a blade in this guy. Now this takes a 1-inch diameter NeoPixel blade. I got one right here. The blade socket is really tight. That's pretty standard on all 89 Sabers though. This one's set up the same way for color change. If we want that blue, again, we just tap the power, and now we got a blue blade. Good flash on clash, which is that's something I forgot to show you on the other one, but they're both set up the same way, just like that. And then we'll take the blade out of this one too. Battery super easy to get to, right? Take this handle off, and then also from the positive side over here by your speaker, this comes off with your finger as well. And that's pretty much your two sabers. Let me know if you got any questions. You did request that I put the Secret Brittany font on the on one of these sabers. You will find that font. I don't demo it, but you will find it on the Graflex. So happy hunting there. If you got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will try to get these out today. All right, thanks, man.